Thank you for tuning in. Did you see yesterday's video about that Discord situation? Because early on in that video, I mentioned part of my stance on lolicon. And looking back on it, I kind of felt bad because that's not like fully representing my opinion on that topic. It's a bit more complex than like the 10 seconds I spent on it yesterday. Case in point. About 8 months ago, I made a video more thoroughly going over my opinion on Loli, and that video ended up being about 14 minutes long. So there's certainly more to be said, but at the same time, bringing all of that up in yesterday's video would not have been the right call either, as that would have taken way too long and been way too redundant. So I did try to elaborate on my take in the comments, and it went pretty well for the most part. But still, not everyone's going to read the comments, nor are they obligated to. And ultimately, I should have just probably expressed my opinion more accurately, even if it was a condensed version of some of the things I said in that prior segment mentioned. Notably because yesterday, I did mention, and I showcased this tweet, saying that I won't defend lolicon. Now, to be quite frank, I didn't really word that tweet very well. I don't take Twitter very seriously, I just kind of throw stuff out there every now and then. But that was kind of a mistake in that situation because there is more context to this stuff. And like I said, my full opinion on this stuff previously took me about 14 minutes to elaborate on. So first of all, I don't have an issue with loli characters, like just existing. And I think it's hilarious when we've seen people get mad at loli characters for just existing, which we have seen on like Twitter and social media, or when people get mad at a character simply being referred to as a loli, like Rebecca from Cyberpunk, for example. That stuff's hilarious to me. Some people were so crazy about that even when the creators came out and referred to her as a loli, they were still in denial. And now let me clarify as well. I don't think it's weird if someone's doing like NSFW art of, say, Rebecca or Tatsumaki, who are both just like short adult characters. However, if someone's drawn explicit NSFW stuff being done to, say, Anya from Spy Family, that's something that I do find to be rather weird. It's like you got Yor right there, smoking hot, classy Yor, and you pass on her and you go for Anya. That's where I'm like, yeah, no thanks. And I'm not making the argument that like, it's a real human or whatever. No, they're both characters. I get it. They're both characters. Yor's a character. Anya's a character. So thanks for your understanding. And now let's take a look at this comment I got on yesterday's video. It says that I should defend Loli Show, like I should defend free speech. First of all, I don't know where free speech got brought up in this conversation. I do support free speech, so I don't know what that was all about. Let's stick on the Loli stuff. So you can see my response here, which says, what stops furries demanding I defend cub whatever the heck too then? And other people demanding I defend all their fetishes and whatever else, no matter what it is. I'm not canceling anyone like some Twitter cop, but I'm also not obligated to defend everything in my humble opinion. I think it's also important that we clarify what defend means from my point of view. Generally, when someone wants me to defend something, it means they want me to look into a situation and make a video on that specific topic. So yeah, if someone were to tag me on twitter.com to, for example, NSFW Art of Anya, and I said, please don't tag me to this, I don't want to see it. I don't see how I'm in the wrong. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm being pretty respectful about it. Plus, as I mentioned, that sort of standard saying that we're all obligated to defend everything opens up the floodgates to some really extreme stuff that a lot of us probably want nothing to do with. There's also some rather immense hypocrisy there as well with that sort of take. Because once again, sorry to sound like a broken record, but I'm not sitting here policing other people with what I said. I'm simply saying, keep me out of some of this stuff. Conversely, that person's comment is demanding that we all defend stuff and that it's our obligation to do so. Therefore, that person is actually policing us and telling us how we need to live our lives. And by the way, that sort of logic really comes off like the sort of extremist loonies you see making takes like this, where they say that it's not good enough to just not be racist. You need to actively be anti-racist, like speaking out against X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. So hopefully that clears some things up. And if Fake Zero, the person who left that comment, sees this video, hopefully you understand the points that I made. And to any of my newer viewers, or even to people who may have just missed some of the videos I made talking about what I'm about to discuss right now, because not everyone sees every video, obviously. I don't expect everyone to see like every video I make, although if you do watch every video, that's freaking awesome and thank you. But yeah, it's not an expectation that I have. But yeah, here's the point. I'm also very familiar with how there's been times where people have been speaking out against loli material, but then they've been caught with either loli material in their likes, or like shota stuff, or the furry version of all that, or even worse, they ended up being exposed as literal predators. And it's really gross to talk about. Well, first of all, it's just gross. Obviously people, predators and all that's gross. But it's particularly gross for me to talk about this as well because there was a dude a few years ago, a YouTuber of sorts, who tried to make an expose video on me that made terrible points, and the dude was a complete creep. But it turned out that he was actually a predator, got exposed for trying to groom a minor. And part of what he said in his video trying to expose me was that Hirohei bad because he made a lot of videos on Uzaki-chan. And by the way, most of those videos I made on Uzaki-chan, all the way back in summer of 2020 at that, were simply me just like laughing at people on Twitter who were seething over her design. But that dude got mad at me for making Uzaki-chan videos and some other things that he's just weird and mad, I guess. But he said like, Hirohei needs to stop talking about Uzaki-chan. He needs to get laid. Meanwhile, that dude was grooming a minor. Absolute projection and absolutely sickening. Anyways, I think that's pretty much all the main stuff I wanted to say. To be quite frank, I feel like there's like one or two things I'm missing right now. I'll probably remember them like tonight or tomorrow and be like, dang it, it's just too late. But yeah, TLDR. TLDR at the end. Makes sense. But yeah, I don't have an issue with like Loli characters or like Tatsumaki, Rebecca, Loli, EdisFW stuff. I just don't want to be tagged to like people looting like Anya, for example, or like Klee from Genshin Impact. Look, again, I'm not policing you. I'm just saying, not for me. There's other stuff I'll talk about instead that hopefully you will enjoy. So thank you for understanding. Thank you for being cool and chill about this stuff. And yeah, have a great rest of your day and a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'll catch you guys next time.